Hi guys, my name is Rupen. We guys are here at 360 Live. This is a brand, a homegrown brand that deals with luxury lifestyle. I'm gonna have an interesting conversation with Mr. Vikas, who's the owner, who's the founder, CEO, understand his vision, understand his inspiration behind the brand. I've been inspired when I came here for a different event with Kapil Dev. I want to get to know more about this. If you want to know more, stay tuned. Mr. Vikas, what an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for doing this. I love the store. I love what you guys are all about. I love the aesthetics. Tell me, how did we start? What was the first point? What was the inspiration?
Well, inspiration was always India. It was
Nice.
always about building and showcasing India's story, right? Uh, and there's a background to it because at a young age I had gone to US for my undergrad, and I used to work because I used to support my education there. So I had to work hard. I had to deliver newspaper in the morning during my college days. And one of the jobs I used to do was to work for a leather store.
Nice.
And when I used to work there, there was a leather store owned by an Indian who was like a mentor to me and great human being I met. And he was supporting me. He says, okay, you come here on the weekend or, whenever you can. Nice to work. But what I realized, there were some beautiful products which he used to get from India, and uh, which was for the name of the brand was something else, and there was a small sticker which said "Made in India," and that at that age when I was just 19 and 20 years old, it it kind of it was difficult for me to realize the fact that the country is making such a beautiful product, so well handcrafted, but it's being sold under a different brand. Nobody's talking about our story, and so that's how you can say this is where the start happened. This is where the beginning of everything happened. It was deep down in me,
Hmm.
and it just did not happen overnight, of course. It was always that was the start of my journey, and trying to see how and when will I be ready to create that impact and show the world that in there's a brand which talks about India, which talks about Indian craftsmanship, because we have our own story, we have our own culture, we have our it's beautiful.
Absolutely.
So I mean, that's how it's all started.
And the name 360.
So to me, it's 360. It's so I'm a hardcore work and life balance person. I've
Lovely.
always believed, even being an entrepreneur and being a first generation entrepreneur, there's been a lot of struggle, and I think every entrepreneur goes through it. There's no shortcut. So it's not that it's me only. I think everybody goes through it. But I also feel while you are at that journey of being whatever you want to achieve in life, you should not miss out on your other aspects of
Yeah.
life. That could be your family, your own self, uh, your friends, your community out there. So I always believe that, because I've met a lot of people who would wait for that fine day कि ये भी कर लेते हैं, फिर जब ये हो जाएगा then ये करेंगे, ये हो जाएगा, फिर ये, और वो होता नहीं है कभी.
Hmm.
ऐसी जर्नी चलती नहीं है. It's not the like wishes, if it doesn't happen. So my always thought was, it's 360 life. You have to balance everything. Yeah. It's a full circle.
Yeah.
Whether it's a spiritual part of you, whether it's your family, whether it's your relationship, आपको सब मैनेज करना है इसी लाइफ में. टाइम सबके पास बराबर ऊपर वाले ने दिया है, तो आप डिसाइड कर लो यार. तो ये नहीं कि आप 28 घंटा सब काम ही कर रहे हो, 24 घंटा. So don't do that. So that's why it's 360. If you go into the core values of the brand, it talks about work and life balance, because those are my basic fundamentals, and which I want the bigger community to understand. The Indians across every corner should know that we have to manage everything. We have to so we need to just keep reminding our generation, next generation, that just don't stick to one thing. Balance karo yaar. Hey, journey hai ye.
और ये ब्रांड के थ्रू हम कैसे दिखा रहे हैं बैलेंस?
जैसे मैं आपके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ, this is what I'm trying to create.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I want to do it, because I will be gone someday, right? Someday I'll be gone, but brand will stay here forever.
Yeah.
It will still talk about, because the values that I'm going to bring to this business is through my brand, through my story, and probably the next people who will take over this brand, whether it's a CEO, CXO, my management, my employees, my family, they will continue with that legacy, with those same core value. And I think that's what it is. And if the brand has to be successful, you cannot do anything without a value, right? Whether it's your personal growth, whether it's your business growth, everything boils down to your value system. And I think in India, we are very strong. We are taught that at a very young age, family values, know, that's why we are doing wonders across the world, because we have those values. And I think we don't talk too much about it. We are not vocal, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. Maybe we are a little shy, but I like to talk about it. I'm not shying away from saying this. And if I want to do it through the media, brand media, of course I want to do it, because I think that's the way. Because, at an early age, being in America teaches you about brand, right?
Yeah.
America is nothing but they learn one art very well, which is marketing. Even when it's politics also, they know how to market it so well, right? So they are good. So so all I'm saying is learn good things from the world.
Of course.
And and adopt it. You don't have to be, you don't have to create everything from
exactly.
Don't be shy. I mean, अच्छा करते हैं यार, मैंने उनसे सीखा है तो मैं उसको प्रैक्टिस में ला रहा हूँ.
जैसे आपने बोला, हमारी बहुत ब्यूटीफुल लेगेसी है, we've got such a strong culture. And then I could understand that, seeing made in India products in the US, that must have, कुछ जगा दिया होगा अंदर के मुझे करना है.
बिल्कुल था, बिल्कुल है.
उसके बाद हमने वहां पे वो देखा प्रोडक्ट्स मेड इन इंडिया. वहां से हाउ डिड यू डिसाइड, वो कौन सा आहा मोमेंट था कि हाँ, now I want to do this, I want to focus on our legacy, our culture, our sabhyata, and I want to make a brand in India?
So my heart knew what it wanted to do, but then it doesn't work that way, right?
Of course.
Yeah, the heart is one thing. Then I had a wife, I had my parents, I had family to support at a young age. I got married very young because my sweetheart was in India. So I got married when I was 25. I took her to US. So I was settling down in America. So I had graduated. Now I had a job, any job that any Indians would love to have. I got a job offer with Mobil Oil Corporation, big that time. And, and there was nothing back home. So there was, nobody wanted me, my well-wishers, to come back. They thought I was a little crazy. So, they all wanted me to stay back and make a living, make America, go for the American dream. But I wanted to come back because it was on my mind. And the only idea was I have to start it. So I was desperate, you can say, कि मुझे किसी ना किसी तरह एक बार यहाँ पहुँचना है, वापस आना है. But कोई job करने के लिए नहीं आना है मेरे को. I don't want to take away a job in this country. I want to create something. So I met somebody in America at that point who was sourcing some metal out of India, hardware, decorative hardware, and he was struggling because. And then he met me. And he says, hey, listen, and he saw my enthusiasm about going back to India. And I did not tell him that I wanted to go and create a leather brand or anything, because that time I was not even thinking. My idea was only to come back to India, do something, settle down, start something, and somehow see what I can do to create the brand stories in my phase.
Baby
steps. Phase step. Yeah, baby step, right. So that time the desperation was कि वापस तो एक बार मौका तो मिले, कुछ तो start. So that was that's what they say ना, आपको एक मौका मिलता है. तो मिला वो मौका. टफ था, इजी नहीं था, बहुत डिफिकल्ट था मेरे लिए उसको opportunity, because it was risky, right? I don't know this guy. He's also one man show, just not a big company or anything was backing me up. So I took that risk and came and started that trading or business. It was it was very tough coming to a city, and I had never been to Delhi before. I'm a Calcutta boy. मैं कभी जिंदगी में दिल्ली आया नहीं था. तो मैं सीधा यूएस से लैंड कर गया, दिल्ली आ गया. मतलब एक्साइटेड, बट एंथुसियाज्म बहुत था. देयर वाज लॉट ऑफ फायर इन द बेली, यू कैन से, और एक्साइटमेंट टू डू समथिंग बैक होम. होता है जब आप अपनी कंट्री से दूर रहते हो ना, योर कंट्री बिकम्स मोर मीनिंगफुल टू यू, यू वैल्यू इट मोर. सो दैट फायर वाज देयर टू डू समथिंग इन इंडिया. And so I started this, whatever came. I did not even knew how to spell brass. I was a management information system as I was studying. I was doing programming, and suddenly they are talking about brass hardware. पता ही नहीं था. But वो, it's like, what do? You just grab anything, whatever comes your way, and you make whatever you can. And so I was at it. I got excited, and I said, let me just take the opportunity. And it was not easy. I went through a lot of hardship and frustration. My family went through tough times. Never easy, but listen, it's a journey. So when you look back, it's all fun.
Because I imagine, you went to the US to study, you found a job over there. Your family has अपने दिमाग में उनका mindset है
हाँ खुश
कि
है
he's happy, the
satis-
wife's happy, he's settled. Suddenly he comes and he's like, मुझे सब कुछ छोड़ के, जो मैंने पढ़ा है, जो सीखा है, जो मैं नौकरी कर रहा हूँ अच्छी जगह, वो सब छोड़ के I want to do this. What was their reaction?
No, they were not very happy because they because they thought it's more of an emotional, and it was emotional.
Of course.
And I'll be very honest. I mean, when if I were to advise my own son if he was in that situation, I would also say the same thing. मैं वही बोलूँगा जो मेरे parents ने मुझे बोला कि कर क्या रहे हो. My best friend, who's still my best buddy, said, "What's wrong with you? People are, that time there was nobody coming back also."
And what year were you talking about when you came back to India?
This was 1993, 33 years. Yeah, 32 years
Globalization
back.
was just hitting in India.
93 is when, exactly, that's when 91, 93, that's when all started, but it was too early.
Too early. We didn't have social media or all of this stuff.
Kuch nahi. They were different world. But yeah, but I don't know. So yeah, but you're right. I mean, family they got a shock, but having said that, but they are, but they once I decided, they supported.
Yeah.
They were with me. I mean, there's no looking back. So yeah, but yeah, it was a tough decision. I would not say, it was easy. You just took a flight and came. No, it was tough. It was a big decision.
So was there like a pivotal day or a moment where you were like, yeah, I was meant to do this?
I think it was always within. Because I think I don't think I could have been anything else but an entrepreneur. Because, and there's a reason I'm saying this to you, because at a very young age I was exposed. I used to go to I used to live with my Masi in Kolkata, and I used to help her in the store. So at the age of 11, I would go to shop, help her in managing the retail store. So, so that was a very early start for me. And then when I was in US also, in spite of studying and doing all odd jobs, as I said, I had to pay karna the bills, and my parents did not have money to pay for my college. So I had to manage it. So उसमें मैं बहुत काम करता था. In a sense also, like, you'll be surprised, I used to buy from a friend and a wholesaler in New York, buy jackets, leather jackets, bags, bring it to campus. Or during Christmas Carnival, I would have a table, I will rent it out and sell it. So so it was that spirit was there. And also risk is something I knew, because I've already tasted a lot of challenges earlier also. In my early days when I was in US, before coming to India, I was getting married. I had saved around $10,000-12,000. तो मैंने वो सारे पैसे मैं सोचा कि इंडिया आऊँगा, तो मैं उसको पूरा क्रिसमस में मैंने कियोस्क सेट कर लिया मॉल पे. I had a kiosk, 2 kiosks in a mall which had all leather. It was called Everything Leather.
Nice.
And that kiosk, my idea was that during Christmas, this is a temporary kiosk. You take it during Christmas holidays and you make some good money. So I went to New York to the wholesaler, bought almost 12,000 worth of goods, and he kind of gave me some credit also. So I must have loaded my kiosk with all the merchandise. And during the last week of Christmas, which is the most selling week, I was coming to the mall. मैं सुबह आ रहा था and I in fact invited my dad from India to help me during selling merchandise from that kiosk. Suddenly there was a fire. So, and I lost everything.
Oh.
So I was getting married. This was December around 20th, maybe 18th or 19th. So the most important, that my merchandise, I had no insurance, nothing. But things happen. So I mean, so you plan, do whatever you want to do, but right. So that risk, I had already gotten the flavor of taking risk as an entrepreneur. So that didn't bother me. Still doesn't bother me. That appetite, if you don't have it, you cannot be an entrepreneur.
I think it's a spirit that you probably, it's controversial, but I think you're born with that. There'll be people who see this as a big major loss and be like, man, I'm comfortable getting that paycheck end of the month. At least the ball's rolling, my family's happy, my wife's happy. Yeah. But to lose, and you must have planned, you had everything in your mind, you sort of you envision like what it's going to look like, and suddenly it's all kaput.
Yeah, because it was all wedding plans, right? Getting married and excited, coming to India, and every money you had, you just put it on the merchant. But you'll be surprised what I did. So I had another store which I had in a partnership with another local friend of mine. I just turned my car. I knew this is all finished anyway. So I just turned my car and went straight to that mall because I knew I have no other choice but to make the most out of that store now, be there for next 5-6 days and just do whatever best I can. And I worked very hard. I was a good sales guy probably. I managed, and that I tried to do whatever, and that became the best sales figures we ever had from those 4-5 days. So whatever I could salvage, whatever I could save, I did it. And today, that time, it was a very difficult moment for me, But today, when I look back, it was a very good lesson for me. In fact, you just move on, and so that's what it is. So
I'm going to go kind of off topic, but your advice for budding entrepreneurs with all the experience that you've had over the years, what would that be?
just hang in there. If you want to ask me in a very simple, and I think entrepreneurs, they forget something. They forget, they get so excited about what they're going to create that they forget to enjoy the journey, and they forget the time it's going to take because they are so passionate. They eagerly, that's what I think. I feel so, and I keep telling them there is no shortcut. Easy come, easy go. So build something. Build with the good foundation, with the good spirit. It will happen.
Patience.
Yeah. Patience is the virtue. If you are asking me in one-liner, that's what I meant when I said hang in there. Patience is, and there is no shortcut to it. And it takes time. If you're going to build something, enjoy the journey while building it. Don't just look at what you built.
I think everything good, everything worthwhile will take its time.
It takes
just hang in there.
Yeah. There's no shortcut.
Beautiful. That was more for me actually. Guys. Anyway. So again, your design principles. Now let's come back to 360.
Yeah.
What are your design principles? How do you balance aesthetics and sustainability? At the same time, you're borrowing from Indian culture. A lot of different things are happening, coming together. How do you do that?
So, design is the crux of everything, right? I mean, when you talk about luxury, you talk about, it's design is this way you start, right? This is the most important thing. And I have always, even when I was very small, when I started our business, after first year or second year of operation, when I got into the business, I always went to a design school, hire a designer. I always did it. And nobody in my industry, that time I was in a metal industry, nobody was even think about getting a designer in a decorative hardware business. But I went to NIFT, and I pitched and I got accessories designers on board, worked with them, because I think you can communicate so much through that design. It is not about just brand, it is about your design, right? And whatever. So I never wanted to be a brand. I still never want, and I tell my designers, because I have a lot of designers as we speak. I have 6-7 designers on board. I have a very senior designer, NID, 17-18 years of experience. Aditi, she's heading my design division. So it is never, it's the most important thing. We'll never copy a design. Everything you will see in 360, it's design.
Yeah.
I would never, I would definitely go to Milan or Florence or different parts of the world to exhibition to get inspired what the people are doing. And there's so much to learn from those designers and say, wow. But then you got to create your own design sense. You got to let your designer experiment, do things, make mistakes, learn, and you will evolve. It will take time. And in the process, you learn.
Of course.
There's no
your
way.
Identity, your design. That's the foundation.
That's your identity. Absolutely.
I was reading this. I was going through Carl Pei. He's the founder of Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing is a new phone brand. He was with OnePlus before. He wants to break this whole clutter of every smartphone looking exactly the same. Everyone's copying iPhone, right?
Yeah.
And it's controversial. Sometimes it misses the mark. But I love at least he's trying.
That's all what matters. That's what designers are.
Yeah.
That's why, today, look at it. I mean, that's, I think most undervalued people, designers. I think, and because you only hear about few designers. So I really believe in design team. I believe Indian designers should also evolve. I always want to invest more I want Indian designer story to be told out there. And we have some beautiful designers in our own country and they're doing wonders. But we need more. Yeah. We need a lot, and we need entrepreneurs to support them and their story. Yeah. And so I do a lot of collaboration where I want Indian designers' story to be told through my brand. So again, that's a storytelling, right?
Yeah.
I want, if they design something, I don't want to just put the brand face. I want to put the face of the designer. And even if they have, collaborated with somebody else who's international learning, I want to put that story together, because that's how we learn. We need to collaborate, learn, experiment, do things, and evolve as a country, as a design community. Absolutely.
Fabulous, fabulous. I'm not saying it because I'm sitting opposite you, but I've come here for the launch
Oh,
of 360X Couple Dev. It was glorious. Everything that I see, guys, this is for the camera. Everything that you see is so unique, so beautiful. You just come have to check this out. I'm saying this not because he's in front of me, but this place, there are so many beautiful, very unique pieces out here. You have to come check it out. Now we're talking about Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev, how did this happen?
again, there's a story.
Everything has a story.
Everything
Yeah.
has a story. Nothing happens without a story. So I go back. Must have been in class 8 or 9, right, in Calcutta, and Calcutta is a sports city,
Oh yeah.
right? And and I'm an emotional guy.
We figure that out.
Yeah, you must have figured that out. So I remember that, and I'm not much of a cricketer. I never played much of cricket in my life, but of course everybody knows cricket. Everybody's involved, and I remember that '83 match, and I must be in class 8, 9, and it was so, I cried like any other probably kid. That win was so big for us
Yeah.
that I cried, and it was always. I think that is a few moments in your life that you cannot forget, you cannot erase, and those are one of those moments where I remember the street. I remember how I was, what I was doing. I was going to my small puja room in my Masi's house, and I was just crying and saying, "India ko jeetna hai, jeetna." So it was this moment. So when I came, and then of course time passed and I moved on doing things what I had to do, and then suddenly I met Kapil sir a few times, and he was my hero. How can he not be your hero, right? What he did, and I always remembered his inning of 175, what he did, that iconic, and because that, and we unfortunately or fortunately we don't have a recording of that also. But anyhow, so when I met him, I just connected with him right away. It was an opportunity for me, when I met, and and I met him in a golfing circuit, because I also play golf. He's a super golfer, scratch player, fabulous, and what a beautiful human being. What a beautiful human being.
Yeah.
Pure soul, pure leader,
Pure heart.
and I can say this because I spent a lot of time in communicating, doing things with him, and I just told him very casually that, Kapil sir, that team, that moment, what you did has inspired people like me to come back to India and do, and which it did, to create. If you guys can do it when nobody thought you could, why can't people like us do things which probably nobody thinks that, probably India will be the next LV of the world. Probably nobody's thinking, right? But somebody has to think.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So, and he connected so well with me, and he said, "So what do you want to do?" I said, "You tell me, whatever I can do for the team." And I told him about, the way I'm telling you my journey. He knew about a little bit, and he liked my passion again. That helps also. And he's also very emotional. I see that,
he is,
So I think people connect, right?
Yeah.
So he says, "Vikash, so I'm doing this 40 year of celebration. I'm hosting the entire team in Bombay in Trident Hotel. It's a very personal affair, but I'm happy to invite you to meet the team and do whatever you want to, and nobody else is. It's just very family. It's very close affair.
Not open to public.
Yeah. So I was so excited. I got so thrilled, and I had to do something. So what I did, I created a bar, and blue bar. And it was like similar to what you see here. It opened up, and it had a whole team picture.
Wow.
It was full bar, good size, again, personal bar. It had a 83 embossed outside.
Nice.
And each player's name was embossed, so it was very personalized. And I gifted each of them that bar from my side as my gratitude for what they did for a teenager or a young boy at that age. And they were so nice to me. They listened to my story about how I'm trying to build the India story. It's still recorded. It's there in the, And Kapil Dev sir was very kind. He says, and it was very, and they were so kind to me. They took one bar and they said, "We're going to sign each one of us, and you can keep that with you."
Wow.
So I got that. So the deal was good, not bad. Not that I planned it that way, but Kapil sir was kind enough to have that. So I connected with Kapil Dev, and then so I became a little more ambitious, and more greedy, you can say. And I said, Kapil sir, why can't we talk about urinating 175? And he was already doing a lot of things about 175. The world knows about 175. So I said, I want to do something as a brand. And that's how this 175 came into the picture. I said, let's do a limited edition. It is only 175, and we will not do 176, no matter who it is. Each will be numbered, each will be signed by you, and each will be all like top of the line. This is like the best thing that we have ever created in our product line. It's all pure leather in and out. Even the inside, we have used all genuine leather. And this is his most iconic picture, probably we all have seen grown.
Yeah.
So he kind of, and it's just pure collaboration where, he just supported me saying, okay, let's do it. And I wanted to create a little noise because I definitely, the reason I did this, I don't want this to become a collector's item actually, to be very honest with you. That's not my thought process. My bigger idea was always that it becomes a conversation. That if I am opening this in my house and I have a grandchild who probably is born in a different era and he says, what is this? Then I can tell this story about 175, about Kapil sir to him and to his grandson or whatever. So that continues. So that is the kind of legacy I want India to have, because these are most iconic stories we'll ever have in our generation.
Absolutely.
And we need to
Cherish them.
We need to remember them, learn from them also, right? His resilience, his leadership, everything that he did, and and the money that going to get from this for Kapil sir, it's not his personal. He said, it all goes to charity.
That is beautiful.
So he's a man with such a beautiful heart, and I'm blessed to have him as a friend, as somebody who's supporting the brand. Without anything, just supporting purely with the passion.
I was getting goosebumps when you told me about first as a kid when you'd seen everyone celebrating around you, and you said you weren't into cricket as much.
Not at all.
But you cried.
Yeah.
And then second, when you were with the team at Trident, surrounded by all these legends, and
beautiful
they
legends.
Signed a bar for you.
Yeah, and they listened to me very nicely, and they are so much senior and beautiful people.
Yeah.
So, sportsmen are, how they are, very pure people. They, so it's a blessing. You get these moments. You're blessed to have those moments because that's all you keep with you, right? The rest is all baloney.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, if you had to go to day one, let's go back. What would you change in your journey?
I don't think I'll change anything. Very good.
A misstep somewhere.
Well, there's a lot of learning.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe if you're asking me कि वो learning से कोई चीज़ मैं ठीक कर, of course बहुत चीज़ें हैं जो मैं सही मतलब मुझे नहीं करनी चाहिए थी, सही वो better होती मेरे लिए अगर मैं, जैसे कि मेरे को लग रहा है कि मैंने brand को बहुत slowly grow किया है, but when I look at new generation, the way they are growing things, हमको लगता है maybe I was a little slow sometimes I feel, but have I missed anything? I don't know. It was everything was happening natural. As I said, work and life balance, that attitude did not change. It was my principle from day one. So I followed that. I spent time with my boys. I spent time with my family. I didn't let my friends down. I was always there. They're still my best buddies. So I always gave time to my community. I worked hard like any other entrepreneur would do. I was sincere to what I did. So I don't think I can change anything. I always worry what my relationship with people. It's the most important thing. I'm a hardcore people's guy because, I love people. You can get me to a security guard. I will enjoy his company as much as I'll enjoy a company of a prime minister, For me, it's as long as he's a human being and I can just relate to human being. I'm very people's guy.
So while on my way to this place, my cab guy was an ex-Blue guy. The entire time we're talking about his journey and how he's sort of changed. He's bought 2 cabs from Blue and how that whole fiasco changed his life completely. These people have such interesting conversation. You just have to be interested in human beings and कुछ ना कुछ मिल जाता है.
बहुत कुछ मिलता है आपको ना जो एक. So I think the biggest challenge, I think, and the beauty is from these जिसको बोलते हैं ना आम आदमी. And I deal with it because I run a factory. The craftsmen are all, and I have some craftsmen who've been with me for 30 years from day one. I can say, if you come to my factory, आज भी मैं आपको मिलाऊंगा जब मैं day 1 को start किया था business. They are still with me. Some of them, I'm very fortunate. So, and that's a beauty. Their life and you know, and people talk about success and this. Maybe at my age, when I've come to this point, I don't know what is success, but I definitely know what gives me a kick. So this guy who spent 30 years, he comes to me and he says, you know, he brings me a sweet and says, both my son are going into the army. You know what that does to you?
I can't even imagine.
You know, you have an electrician who says the daughter is now admitted to IIT Chennai. I mean, you know, it just, and not that you did anything for them special, mind you, I did nothing special. I keep telling this to people. As an entrepreneur, this is your responsibility. You know, there has to be a bigger purpose of being an entrepreneur. So my responsibility was not that I was giving anything extra, but only thing I feel as entrepreneur, I was responsible and I think I did well was give stability. Whatever I did, I kept the business running. I didn't shut it. I didn't. So at least that was a highs or lows in my life. वो चल रहा था, दुकान चल रही थी, चलती थी, जैसे भी चली, ऊपर नीचे तकलीफ में, वो फैक्ट्री चलती रही उससे it is not मेरी life, it is my community. Those guys, they also running their own families. उनकी भी life चलती रही, जैसे ही चली, and maybe they are not as ambitious as I am. Maybe they are, I don't know, but they are happy. They're happy with what their achievement as much as I am happy with my achievements.
I mean, 30 years if someone stayed with you, of course, and उसने क्या क्या देखा होगा while being associated with you.
सब कुछ देखा उसने.
30 साल.
Yeah. In fact, I just recently started posting all this on LinkedIn again as my journey, so that I want more community to know about my journey and learn as much. So I was asking one of my guys, यार पुरानी पिक्चर है कुछ 30 साल पहले की, so I can show the factory how I started. So yeah, but it's fun to go back and dig into your past and bring and recall some of these moments, and we all have it. Every entrepreneur has it. I mean, I come across so many entrepreneurs who have so many beautiful stories. They just need to tell it. And that's, it just inspires a lot of young people.
Exactly.
And this, our country is about young people, right? And I'm always thinking about them. I'm always thinking, because I think India needs so many more entrepreneurs, and they will all have to go through that challenges which we all did. Maybe it's different challenges. They will, and I'm always thinking about them. Always, it's on my mind.
Precisely why I asked you. What is your आपको advice क्या देना चाहोगे? Because what has stuck with me is patience. Enjoy the journey. Don't be in a rush, because on Instagram it's all 30-second reel, 40-second reel, and we see people become stars overnight. It's not overnight. Sometimes there's luck, but you still have to enjoy the little moments. You have to enjoy when people come to you saying your kids are now at IIT Chennai or they're settled. All these are beautiful, glorious moments.
Yeah, so if you can master the art, which is not easy, so entrepreneur, if they can, which I think every entrepreneur does it eventually, the art of giving. And it's very tough. You have to practice. And the art of giving is, and it's not money. The art of giving could be your time to your community or anything, your people. So if you can get onto that journey, you'll be surprised how that changes, because once you become an entrepreneur, if you take the responsibility that now, because a lot of times entrepreneurs, you always see the front side. Everybody sees the front. You see the 360, you see Kapil Dev collaboration. Nobody talks about
the factory,
the people, the behind the scenes. So there's the whole lot of stuff that goes behind the scene, right? So
you see the tip of the iceberg.
You see the tip, which is great. But I always feel it is always about if you must, and if you as an entrepreneur knows deep down the day you decided to, because you're going to go through all this, and you will. I can promise you. Any entrepreneurs watching me, I can swear you'll have to go through this. There's no shortcut, as I said earlier. But if you can remember that it is not about you. Now this journey you have taken over, it's about others. And if you keep that in your mind and you work at it now, you'll be at peace. You'll be able to take some of your low moments in a good spirit. So the art of giving is very important. The earlier you learn, the better it is. The art of giving, and you will have to. Believe me, you'll have to. आपको बहुत मौके आएंगे जब आपको पता है कि आप cash flow is going to be the biggest problem every entrepreneur goes through. I cannot tell you how difficult that thing is, people have no idea. They can talk, they want to know, maybe not want to talk about it because it's a subject. But every entrepreneur, because you're always dreaming big,
Yeah.
and you want to, and it's not about you that you're spending or indulging in yourself, but you're always, so that cash flow becomes such a huge challenge, and the things that you have to do to sacrifice few things in life, whether it's and still pay some of the other people who are important to you are running because they are not entrepreneurs, they are working for you. So all that is very important. So that art of giving has to set into your lifestyle somehow.
It's difficult because
It's
as an entrepreneur, you are supposed to be ambitious. You want to grow. You want to do
Yeah,
something. You're
yeah.
passionate. But this is new. You still have to be giving. You have to take everyone along with you on that journey. That is
तो
so
वो
crucial.
गिविंग तो चाहे आप भले कोई कम्युनिटी ज्वाइन कर लो, उसमें मे बी सम इंडस्ट्रियल फोरम और समथिंग, उसमें आप सेवा करो बाय डूइंग समथिंग फॉर द एसोसिएशन. So that's what I mean by giving. So get into that art.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay. I have written down these questions. They're a little too Gen Z for me also, but let's see. If 360 Life was a city, which city would it be and why?
I think it'll be Banaras.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Well, personally, I was born there and I've seen Varanasi at a very young age. First 7 years of my life, I've lived in that city.
Wow.
So it's the oldest city, right? One of the oldest
Yeah,
cities.
yeah.
So it's got, but if you look at that city, it's very vibrant too. And I have some very great memories of Holi there, right? The colors,
yeah.
Holi. So it's and I think, and I recently did so I was very fortunate. I had this American customer who wanted to retailer. And he said, okay, if you are a brand, Indian brand, and you want to talk about India's story, what is it that you would like to do? So I did Banaras story.
Wow.
I did under our brand, and we sold it. It was one of my biggest order I executed under 360 brand, selling in America in retail store, talking about India Banaras theme, which had like these colorful leather hides, heron hides, colorful, like bright colors, fuchsia, turquoise, stuff like that. And we did a whole collection. And then I also did a Agra, Taj Mahal, because everybody, the Western relates to India with a lot of Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
So we did, and then Safari. But if you were asking me so for some reason, maybe because I think there is so much of old school, there is so much culture, so much craftsmanship, whether you talk about music, whether you talk about that old India charm, there is so much Banaras has. And of course that pan and that walls painted with pan, whatever, everything. It's a mix of everything. And the ghats, you can romance with that city. It's how you look at it, right?
Yeah, you just have to wear the right lenses.
Yeah, you have to wear of course you have to. And you have to look at the beauty of things and don't get caught in a lot of other things around it.
I have for some reason thought it's going to be Calcutta for similar reasons. Because again, culture, colorful, it's vibrant, and obviously your association with Calcutta.
It's my favorite city in the world.
Wow.
Because I grew up. My best years in Calcutta. I always say I'm the biggest ambassador. I still go there once in 3 months. But Calcutta, I did not say Calcutta, because Calcutta, I know Calcutta. So I mean, sometimes, Banaras is still a little bit of mystery. So 360 is always about mystery. That's something you'll find which is going to be impulse.
Nice.
So when you come here, you never thought, something like Kapil Dev X 360 will happen, right?
Yeah.
So that mystery element, because because I have very early memories about Banaras. I've not been going there at all. So there's a mystery, but there is so much at the back of my head which is there. But Calcutta is still very relevant to me. I'm still so up to date with Calcutta. So yeah, it's a city of joy. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful, and it's the people. Calcutta is about people. Banaras is about city. Calcutta is so much about the beautiful culture and the people and the Bengalis. It fascinates me.
Fantastic.
It's beautiful.
Fantastic. Okay. What's been the most surprising request from a customer?
Oh, wow. Surprising request from a customer. Well, we get all kinds of requests, but I'm just thinking hard, something which can be
Very unusual out there,
very
completely.
well. There's been few times when I had somebody who would say, it's my dad's birthday tomorrow, and he loves your bar, and I want to surprise him. So can you do a delivery at midnight? So somebody to walk in with in the at 12:101 a.m. with the bar, and that's where, and so this was my earlier days, and I was so excited to do something like that, because that was a moment that
Yeah.
I wish I could be there, but those were some crazy things we had to do, so not easy to organize and do, but we did it. Those are some crazy things we have done it, where we've done those kind of stuff. Yeah, so that has been one, I think, which I can remember I have done for a customer.
Anything funny from the business side? Any awkward thing that happened behind the camera, like with the factory or over here at the store?
My memories, I'm getting old, so it's, well, so that happens every time we do any event anyway. So no matter how much you plan, no matter what you do, there's always going to be something which is not going to go in order, right? But as an entrepreneur, you just, as you said, you just enjoy the moment. You just let it go. Sometimes it is embarrassing. I've done things where I was supposed to I was expecting a person's collection to be put together. It just did not go the way we wanted. So so wo sab hota hai moments, but it's nothing which has been which has bothered me as such. No, I don't recall.
Okay, any memory, a customer specific memory where it's brought a smile to your face when you recall it? Also, you there's a small smile at the end of your
So
lips.
I'll tell you, those moments I've had many, but I'll tell you a couple of things which I always give example to my sales team. Earlier, I remember that when I was, earlier days when I started the business, I used to be in the front a lot, just to understand my customer profile, to understand what people ask, because exclusive leather brand and leather store is not easy, right? It's you get very mixed reaction from people. Oh, are you doing the right thing? But again, you believe in it and you go for it, and so you want to get a first-hand sense of what's going on. So I remembered a lot of when our first store, when we opened in the Promenade Mall, a small store, 1,000 square feet, and I was very active there, and I would go there, and I remembered a couple of customers. I still remember her face, and she said, "I feel like a kid in a toy shop."
Oh wow!
That was such a great thing to hear. And then one of the things which I tell my people also, which I remember, one of my customers. So we do a lot of bespoke also, right? We do customization. So you walk into a store, you say, "Oh, I love this trunk table, but I want to change something," and and you visualize, and you have something on your mind, and you put it together. So I had this customer who reached out, and he did a nice trunk for himself, which looked beautiful. I thought it looked beautiful because he designed it. Wow. And most of our customers are designers, because they teach us. Because when you design something for yourself, you put your heart to it, right? Because it's your personal stuff. You put so you try to make the best out of it, and it becomes a great design product, right? Because somebody has put their heart into it. So this customer designed a nice trunk, which I thought was very good. We customized and we did it. It was all bespoke. So, and it was delivered to him, and I did not hear from him. So I usually, so I called him up. I said, "बोले यार, तेरी गलती नहीं है, but लगता है मैंने ना थोड़ा गलत कर दिया. मतलब I should have not used this design." Something he was not very happy about, but since it was his design, he designed it. So the onus was on him. So he was, he didn't know what else to say. But so I felt that he's not thrilled. He's not happy, and it bothered me. So I told, and my team got very upset. "Nahi sir, why are you getting involved?" I said, "It's not about me not getting involved. I just don't want any bad vibes. If he's going to see that trunk in his house every day and he's not happy about it, it doesn't bring a good energy to me or to my brand or to my people. So I think let's not do that. Let's make him happy. We will find how to get rid of it or sell it." So those were moments, I right away called him up. I said, "Sir, don't worry about it. Design new one. I'll take that back. it's my and he was so the energy changed completely by
course.
your one single uh, act. Everything changed. He was so happy, thrilled. Now imagine he must be seeing that trunk every day and what he must be thinking about
Yeah.
the brand.
Exactly.
So, and that is very important to create those
Exactly.
moments. And so I always tell my people, get customers feedback. It's important because they teach you, they tell you, and the people who don't say doesn't mean they are satisfied. Maybe there is, sometimes it's good to reach out,
Yeah.
find out.
That's the rarest thing I've heard, by the way.
Yeah, but
A customer giving their own feedback is one thing, but you going and calling someone saying, are you happy with the product? And if they're not happy, and this is their own design.
And they did not say they're not happy, but I could figure it out. You can when when you create something, you're super excited. The joy of creating something, it gives you a different high. As an entrepreneur, that's what we do every day, right? Joy of creating things. So when I saw him, I could hear on the phone that something he's not happy. So I said, sir, लगता है आप खुश नहीं हो. Something. बोला नहीं यार बस थोड़ा सा ना मेरे को लगता है मैंने गलती कर दी वो hide मैंने. I said, sir, कोई बात नहीं. So I did not say. Then I called him. I thought about it. It took me a minute to observe that he's not happy, and I called him, and right away we took care of it. So and I'll again do it, and I keep telling my people, even if it's customer has made a wrong selection, doesn't matter. Customer is the final authority. I don't care right, wrong. We are not here. We are not sitting here. This is a business. We are talking about India brand. We are talking about brand story. These are small things. So let's not even, there's no question on this. There is no question in my entire organization. We don't even, if customer is not happy with something, there is no question asked. No question asked.
That's beautiful.
We don't want to justify. Don't want to say, nahi ji, wo hai nahi, wo discussion hi nahi. There's no discussion. Absolutely zero.
That is glorious.
That's a value. That's a value how we want to create this brand. That's a culture we want this brand to carry on. And it
Customer
goes
happiness supreme.
Yeah, so it has to be. When I was a kid, that's all I was told. Customer is a god, and I still think customer is a god. You got to, because he's the one. Ultimately, what pays your bills?
Yeah,
customer pays your bill. You don't pay your bill. You can be here talking about your brand and talk all fancy things you want to talk, but somebody is paying those bills, and it's my customer who's paying my bills. Absolutely. And I cannot forget, and I have to remember that every moment. He's the one who's paying my bills.
Again, one more important lesson for all you budding entrepreneurs: customer is still super important.
Yes.
He's king.
Yeah, he's the king.
So
absolutely, and take him very seriously, and you cannot go wrong. You cannot go wrong if you just focus on it and be very sincere, because you don't have to answer to anybody as an entrepreneur. You have to answer to yourself. When you go to bed, you have to answer to yourself. Nobody is asking you any questions. You can justify. You can do everything. We all can do. We are all good at it, and we all know. But when you go to bed, you just have to answer yourself and just answer. Just answer. It's in silence.
Okay, last question. Now this can be divided. How do you envision sustainability evolving in the Indian landscape over the next 5 to 10 years?
So I think India is a role model. Sustainability is something the world should learn from India. I think probably we are the most sustainable country in the world. Western people are not talking about it, but we've been at it. Yeah, I mean, Gurgaon is not about sustainability, but go to other parts of India. So, and I think, but having said that, yes, but it's a continuous process, and I think we as a brand are very committed to it. And it's also how you look at sustainability, right? If you are asking me a question where you are saying, by the way, it is proved by WHO also, leather is sustainable.
Of course.
Okay, because it's a natural product, it's biodegradable. But having said that, yes, still we have to be very careful how we are sourcing, the chemicals we are using in our tannery process. So these are the things we are very careful. Okay. Especially when we are in an international market, our clients and our compliances as a brand also. So we are very careful the kind of tanneries that we work with. So we work with a lot of tanneries who are qualified, who follow that compliances. It's called LWG, Leather Working Group, and they have different certification. So you work with those groups, you encourage them, and they practice sustainability in their tanning process. And when I talk about tanning process, the chemicals, the use of water, so you need to promote that. And 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 saying not using leather is not the answer, because leather is so important in India, because we forget something which I keep telling people. India is has got the largest livestock in the world, largest. So imagine what you're going to do with all this hides. And we don't kill animals because you want this beautiful bar here. No, you are killing the animals for food. It's the food, and this is a byproduct.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with this byproduct? So you have to make use of it. You have to, but you have to do it in a nice way.
Yeah.
And also, let's look at a bigger picture of this entire thing. Sustainability is not just one thing about material. It is, of course, but there's so many other things. When you are doing a leather bar or leather chair or leather sofa, you know how long it lasts. The kind of durability, you can pass it on to generations. So today we are surrounded with fast fashion, fast furniture. Everything is use it and throw it. But this is it a better story about sustainability than having a sofa which is passed on to your next generation? Because it's durable, it can hold it.
Yeah.
So to me, those are important things that we as a country, we as a brand should try to push. Then coming on the manufacturing front, look at the kind of, it is the leather craftsmanship is it's labor. It's a craftsman.
Yeah.
It's people.
Yeah.
So if you come to my factory, there are a lot of women who started and they earn good money now they are karigars here. They were local women working as a housewife. Then suddenly the factory came in the area. They became part of that factory, started as a helper. Today they are craftsmen, and they've been with me for years. Contributing to their families' welfare, contributing to their families' bills. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So sustainability is not just you have to look at your country, your strength, your material, your resources, and not get excited just about those cool words which is out there. People are talking fancy, because a lot of times anything which is not leather is called sustainable, or called vegan sometimes, which is not correct. PU can do so much harm to the environment. PVC, which is artificial leather. But consumers don't get into that detail. Leather, they think it's non-sustainable, which is not correct. So I think we all need to learn, educate, and be very open to other people's view. And I'm not saying, and come to a point where we build a community which is sustainable in 360 sense, not just
360.
Yeah. So that's, again, these are important things, ethos. And as a brand, we need to really talk about it, and we are not shying away. That's why I had no problem. A lot of people were hesitant, saying, why you want to put that tagline, live the leather life? I said, because I'm proud of what I do. And I don't see anything wrong with it. So I'm not going to shy away saying that, it's a leather brand, 100% genuine leather, and I want to talk about it. That doesn't mean that I'm not open to doing vegan leather. Of course, I will promote. If you don't want pure leather and you have access to nice vegan leather, actual vegan leather, not the fake vegan leather, which is PU, but something which is plant-based, and I don't want to discourage you. I will do something in that too. I will bring something to encourage. But am I against thinking leather is not sustainable? No, I think leather is sustainable.
As you said, it's already being used for food. So rather than that going to waste, it's got a new life, a second life on its own. Plus art. You're promoting artisans, you're promoting craftsmanship.
So much is happening.
There's so much.
Otherwise, that skill is going to die.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one big figure which you'll be shocked. And I say this on all the forums, and I want somebody, bigger audience in India, to listen to this, and a lot of entrepreneurs to listen, because this is also a great opportunity for entrepreneurs. India, as I said, is got the largest livestock in the world. Largest. And you know what is our share in the world market when it comes to leather products? In the world market?
No idea.
It's less than 2%. Now, do you realize what I'm talking about here? People, today we are in a data world. Everything is number, right? You Google, it gives you, ChatGPT gives you numbers in 2 seconds. Please look at those numbers. Look at the opportunity you have. Less than 2%. We are exporting, being the largest livestock holder. सबसे ज़्यादा स्किन हमारी कंट्री में होनी चाहिए. उसके बाद भी वर्ल्ड में हमारा शेयर. So same thing with the craft also.
Yeah.
Craft mein, you look at the world, I was giving the numbers to somebody. the market is so huge, 1100 billions. India का share less than 0.5% है. And India has got the largest craftsmen in the world, population. Largest craftsmen. सबसे ज़्यादा craftsmen इस country में है. World का 40% craftsmen हमारी country में है. But जो हमारी craft industry है, मात्र 5.5% पे world की market share पे है. Something is wrong.
Astonishing.
Well, for an entrepreneur, it's an opportunity. I'm giving them these numbers. Look at it, get involved, do things, get excited. But it's not easy. It's not going to be a valuation game. It's not going to be a fun journey. You know, getting into that craftsman, you know, become part of them. See what do they go through. Build their story. And you can do it with the social media, with what you have today in today's day and age. You can build a single your SKU brand, yeah. You can have one SKU and it can become a sensation, right? You don't have to have a whole showroom and the range, you know. So find that. So
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the numbers right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. When I was looking at it, I was shocked. And I'm still shocked. And I still want to do so much about it. I want to talk about it at least for sure.
Yeah.
So more people get aware of it and they start thinking. There's so much opportunity. कितना आप सोच ही नहीं सकते कितनी opportunity है.
And employment का. We've got the largest population.
And young population, mind you.
Young population.
Not the largest, we have the youngest population. What are you going to do with this young people coming to, if you don't create job opportunities? And this is where you're going to create, not by machines and robots and all that. As India, we have our own problems and we have our own resources. We have to see what we are good at, what we have in our hands, and we have to put that fully into a circle. That's so we don't have to copy. We don't have to look at Western. We have enough in our own.
We've got enough of our cultural
absolutely everything
influences to sort of dictate our designs.
Yeah. And we have to support the community. I mean, I that's what I'm saying. I'm building. People say, oh, you're passionate about leather. Of course, I'm passionate about leather. I've worked with that material. I think it's great character, great natural material. But if you go deep into me, my talking and if you can understand me, I'm very passionate about India. And I am not, and I have to be, you know, and I'm very vocal, and I'm saying this again and again because there is so much to talk and so much to do, and you know, and a lot of us have to get onto that journey. It's not going to be just few of us. India needs so many entrepreneurs to talk about different brands, to take different, skills or crafts, different crafts or anything. You know, it doesn't matter, but entrepreneurs. You need lot more entrepreneurs and great time. You know, there is good ecosystem around entrepreneurs. If your story is good, if you are good at it, there are people willing to support you. The whole things have evolved so much. It was not like this when I was doing the business. It was very different. Yeah. You can imagine 30 years back how it was, but now it's changed.
Yeah.
You know, so come on, don't miss out.
And talk about the India story.
You have to talk about India's story. We all have to talk about India's story. Yeah. I mean, he did what he did. So I had to talk about his story again and again. Not that people don't know. Of course they know. But I did my bit in collaborating and creating another story with it. So there's a big story, then there's a small story we collaborate. So it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
This is a time to collaborate also. And collaboration is a good, healthy word. You know, it's not competition. You collaborate. You look at people who, you know, I collaborate with so many brands. I don't know if you know about my recent collaboration with Glenfiddich.
No idea. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So our brand got picked up by Glenfiddich.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah. And if you ask me, the wow moment for the brand, that is the wow moment, because this is like a family-owned brand, the creator of single malt in the world, you know, 126-year family-owned business out of Scotland.
160
and, you know, they rule the world in single malt. And they come to a small brand like 360, homegrown brand, and they collaborate, and they, of course, did a lot of due diligence. It took a lot of time to kind of come to this agreement. And they decided to collaborate with us, and now we are in our third year together.
That's huge.
So you will see a lot of products, which is a line extension of both brands coming together. House of Glenfiddich, X360, both names are there on each label. And some of our products has been shipped to some of the best boutique hotels in London, like Peninsula, Raffle. So you'll see some of our collaboration product pieces right there in those hotels lobby. And you know what? That's how you build the story.
Yeah.
You build with them sometimes, along with them, and they are talking. And I said, yeah, I have to put my brand name there also. Then only we'll do this collaboration. So it worked out well. They respected our brand. We, of course, we have so much to learn from them. They're the big daddies of the world, and you learn. So you always learn from the guys who've already been there, done it. Be open to learning, and just take those steps.
It's such a proud moment for India as well.
It is. It is.
Collaborating with such a huge.
I get so many
brand.
compliments. I have so many people keep calling me, how you did it, what happened. I said, it is, maybe I was at the right place, right time.
You're passionate about it. Passion speaks a lot.
Yeah, I think that has always been there, and I think that's what drives me every day. I mean, if I don't have, I would not do anything if I'm not excited about it. I'll never do it. If I don't have, that's the only thing that drives me in building a brand is I'm very, very high energy when it comes to my brand. Even if you say one good word, you make my day. Yeah. Even if I come to a customer and somebody says, "Yeah, oh, I know 360," it just makes me feel so good. It's like your baby.
Your baby, yeah.
Yeah, it's like your, so you have to be, and I think everybody in my team is now so committed to it. It's, it just rubs.
It rubs off on people. Your passion as a leader rubs off on your people. So as a leader now, what are the next steps, or what are we looking forward to with 360?
Well, we got to go places.
Yeah, of course.
So listen, I'm a firm believer that you start small. You make sure you got your backends in place.
Your processes, your foundation.
Yeah. And even though it's 360 is almost 12-year-old brand now. We started this in 2012 officially. Before that, we had done few experiments, and and there's been so much learning, I must say, a lot of learning. And so but we ensured we stayed small. We made sure we have taken, foundation is strong. The team is committed. Good people. I'm always blessed with beautiful team, beautiful people. That's my blessing. If you ask me what one blessing, always. So now my thing is, I keep telling my team, I said, guys, now we have done that legwork, if you want to call it, that foundation.
Yeah.
Now we are ready to go places. And when I say places, to build the story, take it across. Also, the next generation, my boys are ready. They've done their education. They've done their bit. They are ready to carry this legacy with their new energy, new thought process, with their young team sitting with me, who's been working with me for years. So I think now we are right, as we speak, I'm opening 5 stores right now in this next 1 month.
That's in 1 month?
Yeah. It's all in the process. So we opened, Goa is opening, a beautiful Goa store. We are opening, Bangalore is happening.
Nice.
We are opening in Karnal. We've tied up for Panchkula. And then Faridabad. So
crazy.
So now it's, of course, and our digital is going places. So things are happening. But we definitely want to make sure that we have a control. We don't want to any moment want to. And then by the way, the biggest thing we have done, which I don't know how it will turn out, but I'm taking that risk as an entrepreneur. We are doing a first international show in China under our brand. There's a Shanghai furniture fair happening in September. We are exhibiting with all Chinese companies around me. Wow. The whole China world is there. The world is going to be there. So there'll be all Chinese manufacturers, beautiful product they make. But then there will be this 360 Indian manufactured.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we have, and I said, so everybody said, why did you not do some other place? I said, I just want to jump right into the fire and see how good or bad it is. So
amazing.
Yeah. So that we are excited. So we want to take it from China. We build our story there. Let's see, because if I can. Yeah. So the idea is how we take now. As I said, we want to show the world, right?
Yeah.
And one thing is very clear. If you ask me in one-liner, I said, let 360 be the future LV of the world. Yeah. How it started, we all know. Everybody starts where I started. Every brand started where I started. So nobody can say that, no, I started here. So everybody started where I started. So only thing I can say, maybe whatever time it's going to take, let it take. But it's going to be India's story, and we'll do it. There's no
Nice.
doubt in my mind.
Amazing. As you said, your roots are strong. Now it's time to branch out
Yep.
and explore the horizon.
Yeah.
What a lovely conversation.
Thank you so much.
This
Thank
was
you.
incredible.
Lovely.
So
Thank
inspiring.
you.
So inspiring.
Good.
Thank you.
Love it.
Guys, what is your take on vegan leather versus real leather? Comment करके बताओ. I had the most incredible time. I learned so much. If you guys love such informative conversation, do subscribe to our channel. Do comment below and let us know what you guys feel, and do share with your friends. Yeah, this is Rupan Baba signing off.